time for Wallet Wednesday. You know, financial literacy was not something that a lot of folks commonly learned in school or at home. It wasn't part of my curriculum. Experts are hoping to change that.
Parents are being urged to teach their children about money at an early age. And joining us live to tell us why the money talk is so important and to share tips on how to start the conversation, certified financial educator Krista Matthews. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing very well.
Doing well. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Talk about financial literacy and why it's so important for children to learn about it early.
Of course, you know, money is a part of everyday life, yet very few of us received any education on it. We received very little education on it in school. We weren't taught this, just these basic financial concepts. And it's left us struggling. It's left people in debt with student loan debt and credit card debt, and people don't know how to navigate their own finances.
So I think it's one of those things that right now, unfortunately, parents are going to have to fill in that gap until we see it taught more widely in schools. So what can parents do right now to help their kids learn about money?
Yes, it is never too early to start teaching your child about the value of a dollar, right? The earlier you teach them these financial literacy concepts, the healthier relationship they'll have with money later down the road.
Yeah, what age, you say it's never too young, but what age should the money talk start, you know, so they comprehend what you're trying to impart upon them?
You know, it's actually said that money habits are formed between the ages of 7 and 9. So they pick up on these concepts at a very young age, and they hear the way that their parents are talking about money, whether it's through the eyes of fear and scarcity and negativity, or if it's through abundance and opportunity. They see money as a vehicle to help them say yes to the things they need.
I'm trying to think back to, you know, money talks that I had in that age, elementary school. I just remember getting an allowance for mowing the lawn.
Right.
And then maybe, you know, Monopoly would be the other kind of financial literacy game that you get into, and I would get bored because it would take too long. So, you know, what are some of the messages that parents can really emphasize when they're teaching kids about finances to avoid, as you mentioned, that scarcity message?
Right. Teaching them very early on these basic concepts, such as including them in the basic household finances, bringing them to the grocery store with you. You know, if they play soccer, teach them that, you know, it costs to take the classes, to go and play the games, to travel there and buy the cleats and whatever it is. Go through those with them. But it's the basic concept, even with, you know, giving them an allowance, that you exchange time for money. Hard work for an income. And with that income, it allows you the freedom to do the things you really want to do.
You know, one of the things that's tough is that, you know, when you're young, you think you have forever. You really don't think about the effect of time on growing money, compound interest and that kind of thing. You're thinking about, wow, if I get $2, I can go buy some candy or something, you know. So, so how do you get them out of that now, I want money now for stuff I want now mindset?
Well, you know, just the classic phrase, money does not grow on trees, right? It is not readily available. It goes back to that lesson, right, of working hard and earning an income. But I'll tell you, teaching them to plan ahead, think bigger will always steer them in the right direction, right? It's about achieving financial independence, which is feeling the freedom to do the things you really need to do and want to do, and being able to say yes to your child, right? Seeing money as a means to an end or an end to a means. That's a very big lesson to teach.
Yeah. If parents feel like they might be lacking in some financial literacy themselves, maybe they don't feel as confident in really teaching their kids some of these things, are there some resources that you suggest people check out?
Yes, definitely. Reach out to a financial professional. It is worth a call. It's worth a Google search to find someone to help you navigate these times. It's hard to do on your own, and it's hard to sort through the millions of information and resources and tools that are out there. You don't know what's opinion-based, what's factual, or what will really help you plan accordingly for your personal situation.
Yeah, good stuff here. Certified financial educator Krista Matthews, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And for more financial advice and money-saving tips, be sure to check out our previous Wallet Wednesday segments, and you can find them on KOIN.com. Just go to the AM Extra tab.